Welcome in everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Healing Speaks Chrissy. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend and I hope you're feeling great today. So let's get into today's topic. Should you or should you not tell people that you have borderline personality disorder? And also, when should we tell people that we have borderline personality disorder? To answer the first question, should we or should we not tell people that we have BPD? And the simple answer to that is yes and no. Now, I would say the more people that knows, only the people that you trust, okay? Not just a total stranger that you just met like for 5 minutes. You don't have to say, oh, by the way, I have BPD. No, I would say people that are beginning to get close, people that are almost in your circle. Should they know? And I would say yes. You don't want to treat your BPD like it's some secret. I believe the more people that knows, the better you can be your BPD self. And what I mean by that is you can just split without feeling guilty, ashamed, have regrets, things like that. That's what I mean by BPD self, because this is a mental illness that we're going to have pretty much for the rest of our lives. So it's no secret. The more people we tell, the bigger your support system. Okay, the bigger your support system. So only tell those, of course, you trust. If you're starting to trust someone and you still don't want them to know that you have BPD, you got to ask yourself why. Are you ashamed? Have you come to terms with it? Have you accepted your BPD? You got to ask yourself why. I trust this person. I like this person. Why haven't I told this person that I have BPD? Now, when healing speaks to me, I will tell those that I feel that I'm getting close or making like a close friendship with. Me personally, I will tell them. I will say, okay, I notice our friendship's getting, stronger, and there's something that I want to tell you about myself. I have BPD. And what are they going to say? Oh, I know what that is. Or they may ask you, oh, you do? What exactly is that? And if somebody asks you, what is that? That's up to you how you plan to explain BPD for you, because it's different for everyone. Everyone experiences BPD differently, especially if you consider yourself the classic traditional type or the quiet type like myself. Okay, so yes, it depends on the degree of the friendship or the relationship. So like I said, it doesn't mean that you just met someone at the store like a total stranger and you're just saying, oh, by the way, I have BPD. Now you can do that if you want to. If you just met someone for 5 minutes and there's like some kind of chemistry and you click, and if you're comfortable enough telling that person, go for it. But for me, I'd rather just observe a little bit. I'm a type of person where it takes me a while to get to warm up and show my true self, my personality, because I'm very observant when I meet someone. So yeah, and then like I said, if I see that that the friendship is getting close or serious, why not? I will tell them, because like I said, the more people that knows, the more you can be your BPD self, and your support system grows. People will support you more. You have a bigger support system the more people you tell. Also, it's great to tell people at your job, not all the coworkers. Let me not say people at your job. I would just say at least the supervisor or your boss. Tell them at the job, the boss, the supervisor, because mental illness, if you have a mental illness and you're working, there's like laws and stuff that, that does accommodations for you. So like, let's say you need longer breaks. There are jobs that can give their employees longer breaks if they have to. So there's like benefits, if you have a mental illness and you're working, there's like laws to protect people with disability, mental disabilities, physical disabilities. There are laws out there. So at least tell your supervisor or your boss. I remember I shared in one of my videos that I told my supervisor, and I told my supervisor, now do you see why I act the way that I do? And my supervisor was like, yeah, it makes perfect sense. I said, does it make sense to you now? My supervisor said, yes, it makes perfect sense. And I just felt good, because I'm like, okay, I finally told. I don't go out and tell people. I don't. I'm still working on that. I'm working on that. But when I told my supervisor that I have BPD, it did. It felt amazing. It did. I'm like, wow. And I was like, I can't believe I told someone. And so yeah, tell your boss, and then like I said, you don't have to go around telling all your coworkers. Now, if you do tell your boss or your supervisor and they start making accommodations for you, where, like I said, you could take longer breaks, or you don't have to work a full shift anymore. You went from full time to now part time. Some of your coworkers will raise an eyebrow. How come you're taking longer lunch breaks? Or how come you're no longer full time anymore? They will question it, but the supervisor cannot tell other coworkers why. And if it happens to go around the job that something is, that you have a mental illness and it got out, go to HR. Because that's supposed to be between you and the supervisor, and that's it, not anyone else. They will be a little skeptical, or, like I said, kind of suspicious, like what's going on? Why is the sudden change? Oh well, let them be puzzled, because it's between you and the supervisor. So yes, I would definitely tell, in regards to telling someone that you have BPD, your boss, your supervisor, okay? And like I said, people that are beginning to be, that are beginning to be close, or that are beginning to enter in your circle, your friend circle. So that is in my opinion. And plus, like I said, the more people you tell, the better you can be acceptance in your BPD self. There are people out there that got the diagnosis, and that goes for any, not just BPD. You got your diagnosis and you still haven't came to full term, and that's okay. It takes time for people to realize that, okay, I have this illness, now what? It's okay. Okay, but I really don't think that you should keep it a secret, because this is something that we're going to have for the rest of our lives. BPD is not curable. You can only manage it. So if you want to have what we call in BPD world, splitting, that's a wide term in BPD, because that is what we do in a nutshell, split. If you want to split without feeling, like I said, shame, guilt, embarrassed, regrets, tell someone that you have BPD, and then you can also let them know how you operate. I remember mentioning that in my video, that we're like roller coasters, and no, not meaning our moods going up and down. We're like a roller coaster. Before you get on a roller coaster, there are what? Rules to the ride. They will tell you all of the rules to the ride and all of the possibilities that can happen when you're riding that ride. It's the same like us. We're like roller coasters. So when you're telling someone that you have BPD, the next thing you want to do is tell them what triggers you. That's the next step. Tell them what triggers you, so that way they don't have to walk on eggshells too much. They don't have to trigger you as much. Now, people are human. They may make mistakes. They may forget. They're still learning how you operate. Like I said before, we're like roller coasters. They're learning how you operate, so they may still trigger you, and that's fine. If they trigger you, it's fine, but you need to let them know, okay, if you trigger me, I gotta have validation. Or if you trigger me, I need to have understanding. If you trigger me, you need to understand that I need my space, and I need to be somewhere alone until my split is done. So, like that. So that's why I'm saying that you need to have support with this illness, because it's something that we're gonna have, like I said, forever. It's not curable. And the more people that knows, the better we can be our BPD self. And so I'm coming to full terms with my BPD, and I have no issues telling people I don't. Because like I said, I felt a sense of relief when I told my supervisor that I have borderline personality disorder. I did feel that way. Now, that is all that I have for that portion about telling people when. I mean, not telling people when, about telling people, should we tell people or not? And that's up to you. If you still do not want to tell people, that is fine. But I will say this, still ask yourself why though. Because I tried that for many, many years, about over 10 years, that I was telling myself, nope, I am just as typical as the next person. I don't use normal, no such thing as normal people, typical people. And all that did was just cause even more hurt. And I think that's why I'm the quiet type. I'm the quiet type of BPD because I was telling myself, no, I'm just as typical. I didn't want to tell anyone. I was trying to navigate through life like super perfect, convincing myself that nothing is wrong with me up here, which I'm like, nope. Now I'm accepting that I have BPD, and I personally know that my brain does not function like a typical person. It doesn't. Something is wrong with me up here, and that is okay. I am working on myself and I'm healing. When healing speaks to me, it tells me to tell people that I trust that I have BPD, so that I can be my BPD self without the guilt, the shame, and the regrets. I'm just being me with BPD. That's it. And it's okay. So, but like I said, if you still don't want to tell nobody, like I don't care, I still don't want to tell nobody, it's not their business. This is what I'm going to take to my grave. No one needs to know. It is what it is. Then hey, you have all right to. You have all right to not tell anyone that you have this mental illness. Okay, it's not forceful. Now, when should we tell people that you have BPD? Only you can actually answer that. Only you know when is the right time to tell people that you have BPD. Okay, only you. That is the simple, honest answer that I have for you, is you will know when. I will also start telling people, like, if you are close to someone, like you're friends with them and you haven't told them that you have BPD yet, and they keep triggering you, I think that's when you should tell them. If this person keeps pushing your buttons and causing you to split and split and split and split, it's time to sit down with that person and tell them. That is when. That is when. And this is only referring to people that are already in your circle that don't know you have BPD. If they're constantly causing you to trigger and stuff like that, tell them. Just go ahead and tell them. Explain to them how you feel like you need to explain to them. Like, go over all of your triggers and your splits that you do the most. And if you're suffering with other mental illnesses like me, I have two others besides BPD. Let them know those as well, if BPD is not your only mental illness. So that is the simple answer to that. When? You will only know when. I can't tell you when. Only you will know when. And when you do, like I said, when you do tell them, make sure that you're telling them roughly. Be very detailed so this person can get an idea. They're not going to remember everything. So with practice, they're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I forgot this triggers you. Oh yeah, I forgot this makes you split. Give them some grace. Okay, you just now told this person what you have and how you're living with it. And if they're making mistakes, give them some grace until they get the hang of, oh yeah. Because it's going to help them walk on eggshells less as well. Because they will know what triggers you. They will know what triggers you, which causes the split. So, goes back to that point. This is why you should tell people that you have BPD. Don't keep it a secret. I would not recommend keeping it a secret. Okay, this is something we're gonna have for the rest of our lives. So that is all that I have for you today. Like I said, I still wanted to dive more into DBT, talk more about that, and dive into the skills, how to become more pro at our skills so it can become, second nature, because DBT is like our Bible. I said that before a lot of times, and I personally want to start studying the DBT skills more. I need it in my life more. When I'm having splits and stuff, I don't use my skills. I don't do all that. So I want to make more content about that. So once again, stay tuned for more content about DBT and stuff like that. But I just wanted to get this topic out the way. And plus, it's been a while since I uploaded a video. And so yes, I'm trying to see if I left anything out. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope this also changed your mind. If you're one of those people that, I kept it a secret, but maybe, after watching this video, maybe I should tell one person, and that's good. Just tell one person. Tell your one immediate family, your brother, your mom, your dad. Tell them if they don't even know yet. I'm sure there's a lot of us with family members that don't even know that you have BPD. Start with your family, and then start with your friends. And like I said, if you work, let your supervisor know, because your supervisor may make some accommodations for you to make your job a lot easier for you, so you won't be suffering. Okay, so I hope this video helped, and that is all that I have for you. If you made it this far, please like this video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit the bell so that way you'll know when I upload some new videos and you'll get notified. And if you are returning, even if you're not a person that's commenting in my comment section, but you still watch my videos, I love you. Remember, I consider you guys my fam. If you are returning and you're watching my videos, it means a lot to me. And yes, stay tuned for some more awesome DBT, borderline personality disorder type videos. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.